Well, good morning, everybody. I'm Linda Ray, Texas Girls Farm. I'm watching Maggie. She's on the other side of the property, and it pretty much goes straight uphill. That part over there will probably be the last part that we clear up, even though, you know, I'd mowed the other right at the edge of the bank. So the reason we're down here, and this is, I don't know if I showed y'all the other day, the creek, and I'm really hoping it'll rain a little bit today, and it winds back and forth, and it goes over to Biggie's property. But I came down, and were vines yesterday all up in this part, and there's still a big vine right there you can see, and it's on Vicky's. I'll have to cut that down another time. But I came down, cut all these vines out, and checked all the fence. Got all the barbed wire back up in place. Yes, those few T-posts are still leaning. I can't get them bent over. I'm going to have to get my sister to see if she'll hit them with the tractor and see if she won't push them back. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 that could use a little bit of help. But just kind of wanted to show y'all. And I'm walking, and I apologize. Kind of got me a little path through here, but got all the clips put on all the fence. Got the piece of barbed wire back up down here, and y'all don't laugh at my. I didn't have any extra like a piece of baling wire or anything like that, but I did have some electric fence wire, so that's what I used. And you can see I got me a, you can halfway see I got me a little path, but I used some of my electric wire and made hoops and pulled it tight enough and just made a little hole to hold it right there. No biggie, nothing in here right now, but got all these all tacked up, and we went all the way up, checked the whole fence line. There's that tree, and checked the whole fence because way up there were some loose, and they needed some wire. So I walked down in the little creek bed. This is how the dogs get over to right there. They go underneath, get over to Vicky's, because most of all of it's been fixed. Yeah, which I'm not going to have to worry about that, because when I take the fence across, it's going to be back behind where the garden is now, as far as any animals getting out over there. But I'll show you what I did earlier this morning. This was the part of the fence up here. You can see where I've dug. That needs to be fixed. I've got the T-posts pretty much straightened up for the most part, and I'm going to have a tractor. There's too much dirt. But you can see how far out that fence is covered with dirt. And I'm hoping digging out will help when it rains. Water run down this way. And I may go ahead and go the whole line, dig it out, so the water can run down the fence line and go into that little creek. But I got over there on Vicky's side and cleaned up, pushed brush back, and raked, and got a bunch of this all the way up to where it's partially covered, and all the way that way. So this is the only piece that needs to be fixed, and I did, as I said, got the T-post pretty straight enough, and because nothing will ever be up here that I know of. But there's a farm pile. And yesterday, because I did go all the way up. You say I raked and cleared up to see where the bottom of the fence line, but I checked all the way up the fence line, and then I made sure all those had their ties on. There's one that I had to put on, and there's another one. There's a grapevine. Me and Brooke had cleaned this out previously, but I added to that pile yesterday. We're leaving the grapevine. There's two of them. One there and one up there. But I came in here and trimmed out some more branches and took some more vines out of some of those trees. Opened it up. And if I had my saw with me, I would have cut down these smaller ones and opened it up even more. But this part here, where that big tree is fell, is going to have to be the next project. But I did clean out some of the scruffy stuff. You can see those vines were up in these trees. Kind of trimmed up the lower branches and took out the little trees that were down at the bottom. But yeah, this is the next project as far as cleanup. And I'll probably have to get my son-in-law. I don't know how we're going to get that big old dead tree that has fell out of there. That'll be the next thing working on. I want to open it up where it's like that, where all the small little stuff is gone. I want to leave the dogwoods. As you can tell, aren't they beautiful? With all their deep red leaves. There's one, two there. There's one back over there, and look at that one. Isn't that just beautiful? And there's one up there. Aren't they beautiful? I hadn't shown y'all how beautiful these trees are, change color. And there's a big oak there. And I think, I'm not for sure, I think that's an elm right there, but I'm not for sure. And then there's another dogwood at the front. I think they called that one a farkleberry. But I cut down this little bitty cedar yesterday, and I think I might find me a pot, which I've got a pot, and make us a little Christmas tree with it. But this is the second drive coming in. And I cleaned up some of that last year, but I didn't cut down a lot of trees because I wanted to see what were dogwoods. And now that I know the leaves on them, there is a few in there, but most of these little trees in here are going to be gone. I'm going to clean it up, and I'll walk over here and show y'all the rest of what I did when I was cleaning this section over here behind the trailer. Didn't really do that much on this side, but I did do all the way down that big culvert. Just praying it rains just a little bit. No flash flood, just rains a little bit. But I opened all of it up. We'll walk back through here. Hadn't been over this side. Hadn't got the briars down. That's one thing I've been trying to tackle and get all the briars. But as you can see over here, anything about that size, I went ahead and cut down. And this is about as far here as I got. It was all this area right in here. Opened it up and got down here, pulled out more vines, and there's still grapevine growing all in through there. There's a big piece of it, but I pulled down what I could and cleaned up all around this area. There's a bunch of where I cut, and then I took down some of those little sweet gums that were growing, and there's my big pile. But I cleaned up. There was a tree right there. I cut these down and added to that pile, but kind of opened it up. I don't want it totally open. But I do want it, you know, clean. I'll probably leave those cedars. And I've been debating. The girls love that little sweet gum right there, but I hate it because I was trying to, you know, get all the sweet gums. But yeah, got all that done the other day, and that's yeah. And there's well, I've been trying to fill up the culvert a little bit. This is back to the first drive, and there's how the property line goes. But the trees, they're just beautiful with all the leaves changing, and kind of got me a little, put me some of my rocks up here for this entrance, because I have all the lights, and got me one there. But yeah, I'll come back and work in there when it gets cold. When I know there all the little Slytherins have went in for the winter. But you can tell there's brush piles in there from where I got in there and worked before. But that's a little cherry tree. I think that's another one of those farkleberries. But some of these other ones, all the small ones, they're going. They're gonna go, and I'm gonna clean all this up in here and have it open where it's just the bigger trees and what few dogwoods that are in there. And eventually we'll do something to the front. I don't know if I'll put a fence on the back side of these trees. Probably will. I wasn't going to do anything, but I think I'm wanting to fence it in. Still haven't gotten anything done in here, but look at the colors on that. The first one's a farkleberry. That one over there is a farkleberry, but that one back there is a dogwood, and it's just gorgeous. Gorgeous. And these massive oaks, and that's the one that's dead. Still, the top of that's got to come out. That was the other side of it that broke off over there. But cactus garden is still alive and kicking. The frost hasn't hurt them, but they're pretty well insulated with the leaves too. So I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that they make it, and then I'll come back in spring, get the leaf blower, and clean it all out. So yeah, that's just a little bit of an update of everything going on. Here comes Lesson. They've been planting hard again today, and all these cactuses are doing okay. The agaves keep growing. I can't wait for them to get big. There's another one over there. This is the one died here, but everything else, and I still need to get something to replace that, but everything else is looking good. And it's so funny in Virginia, you know, the leaves and stuff had changed like in October, and it's like now here in Texas they're just really showing their colors. And look at the leaves, but you can see back over there is grass growing. So I'm so thankful that the Lord blessed us and rain in just the right time. Anyway, this has got not too long of a video, but oh, I dropped my little tree, and I've got a pot. So my hibiscus is still alive there. I took the other butterfly bush and moved it, and there's a no, that's a rose of Sharon there, and that's the hibiscus. My peony that was in those little rocks, it didn't quite make it. But yeah, I got a project over here, project over there, project in there, and that's about it. There's Blessing. She's such a good dog, even though she's the neighbor's. And that dogwood right there, it had broke off, but I trimmed it up the first time. And yeah, there's 2 or 3 dogwoods in there. We'll make sure we leave them. And if you like the content, hit that like button. If you hadn't subscribed to the channel, we encourage you to subscribe. And hit the notification bell, so every time we upload a video, you'll be notified. And I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your day. And just go outside and get some air. And let's pray we get a little rain. There's supposed to be some bad storms moving up through, I think, Mississippi and Tennessee today. So let's pray that anybody in the path of those will be okay. And we will catch y'all later. Junior. There he is. Say bye. He's a good dog.